What up to living like a G? This is what living like a G looks like. Honestly, if this is not a better description of living like a G, or a better picture, I don't know, video, I have no idea. But this is exactly what living like a G is supposed to be, is living the dream. And first, I just want to say thank you for letting me live the dream, honestly. Like, I am so appreciative of all my fans. I don't know why I said appreciative like that, but I did say it like that. But thank you so much for always supporting me, coming to shows, buying merch, streaming my songs. I know this is just like a vacation or whatever, but your girl has needed a vacation. I've literally not taken a vacation in like 3 years. And so it was overdue. But I'm on this boat. And we've been traveling to all these little different islands, which has been super fun. But boat life is not necessarily easy life. You know, you're kind of in the heat. You gotta like constantly like put the anchor down and lift the anchor. Well, you don't really like lift the anchor up. There's like a little mechanical thing, but you gotta put like all these little things on it. And I was laughing the other day because, you know, we're traveling to all these little different islands. And on one of these islands, there's like all these little coves, right? So we see this one little cove. We don't get out of the dinghy. We're just like, you know what? We're just gonna stay in the dinghy. That's fine. We'll just like see, looky-loo around. And then we go to this next little cove, and there's like this perfect beach. Perfect. All of us are like, let's go to that beach, except for my uncle, who was like controlling the dinghy, was like, well, let's go around this corner to this third cove. And it was like, you know how there's like 3 doors and you're like, door number 2 has this awesome thing behind it. Door number 3 is a mystery box. Let's pick the mystery box. And you know how some people are like, I gotta know what's in the mystery box. And then they pick the mystery box and it's like the worst thing ever. That's basically what happened. We went to mystery box, door number 3. And we're looking around, and everything seems kind of fine. You know, you see fish in the water. You see a couple stingrays. Cool, this is great. Well, then all of a sudden, we see this, like, sandy part. And my uncle's like, oh, let's go up to that. So we're starting to get closer. And I'm, like, already thinking in my head, I don't want to get out of this boat. I don't want to get out of this boat. I look at the beach. There's about 2,000 crabs posted up, just ready for a fight. Ready for a fight. And I'm like, I'm not getting out of this boat with this sand. Like, it was like a small little strip of sandy beach. I am not getting out of this boat and stepping on these crips' land. Like, I'm not stepping on their territory. I don't want to get over there. There's too much. My uncle's like telling my aunt, like, get out the boat, Cindy. Get out of the boat, Cindy. Like, you know, take us in. And like, both my boyfriend and I are like looking at each other like we do not want to get out. My aunt gets out of the boat, steps into the water, and lands into mud. I mean, like mud, like up to like half her shin in mud. And she's basically trying to hoof us like the lady from Dante's Peak. I don't know if you've ever seen Dante's Peak, but the grandma gets out of the boat into these hot springs and drags the boat all the way to the other side of the water. And that was my Aunt Cindy trying to drag us to shore. And like literally can't get, your whole foot sinks into the sand. You cannot get out. And she's like barely getting her leg out over just to step in another set of mud. It was ridiculous. And my uncle's like, get out, you guys, get out, you guys. And we're like, we don't want to get out. There's like 2,000 crabs on the beach. She's stuck in the mud. I'm not trying to get out in all of this. And then somehow he convinces my boyfriend. My boyfriend's like, all right, fine, you know, like whatever. So he gets out. Then he's like, Geena, get out. And I'm like, I don't. And I looked at him. I was like, I don't want to get out in this. Like, that, it's all muddy. Like, I'm just not, I don't want to do that. He's like, oh, come on. He's like, I'm almost 60 and I'm doing this stuff, whatever. So then he convinces all of us to get out of the boat. We get out of the boat and we're on the beach. I'm not even lying, like 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and my uncle's like, all right, let's get back in the boat. We're like, what? We were so much effort just to get to this beach, and now we're only here for 30 seconds, right? And again, all these crabs are coming out from, like, the bushes. There's, like, this much sand, and then there's bushes, and they're all coming out of the bushes, like all towards us. And I'm like, look, we got to get out of here because we have stepped onto the wrong territory. So anyways, he's like, okay, we got to get in the boat one by one because if not, the boat is going to sink into the mud. And I'm like, what? So one by one, we start getting into the boat, and each person that gets in the boat has to push the boat further, right? But your like shoes are coming off because your foot is getting so stuck in the mud. Your shoes like popping off, and then you're trying to keep your shoe on because like that's probably the only water shoes you have for the whole week, and all this stuff. And then Ben is the last one, and Ben is like awkwardly trying to like kick his feet out so his Sperry's don't get stuck in the water or stuck in the mud, and then flops onto the boat, but he's trying to push the boat at the same time, and he's just slipping while he's pushing the boat. I don't know for sure or not, but I feel like I'm pretty sure, which babe, you can remind me since you're just right here. Did you slip and hit your chin on the boat? I thought you did. You were pushing like this and you were slipping the whole time. It was the funniest thing to watch. And then finally, when he has pushed the boat enough, he like flops into the boat, and we just start laughing at him so hard. My uncle's like pissed. He's like not laughing, doesn't find any humor in it. And then we still haven't gotten the boat out of the mud. So then we start taking the paddles and start trying to push the boat out of the paddles. And mind you, the mud behind the boat is just building up, building up, building up. I don't really know how we got out of there. We did get out of there. I think we ended up turning the boat around and not pushed it, but then tried to take it forward. It was the biggest mistake ever. Anyways, all that to be said, that was just a funny part of the vacation. But this has been a great vacation so far. We are on our way back to La Paz, and then I'll be headed to Cabo, which is right next to La Paz. And I just want to thank you guys for letting me live the dream and live like a G. If you're not living like a G, you should live like a G, and you should figure out how to do that. But hopefully you guys found that little story really funny, and I'll see you guys next week. Please like, comment, and share, and that's about it. Peace.